Hey, this is your girl, msyelladiva. I am bringing you another episode of the Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 9, Episode 9, Open Houses, Closed Mouths. All right, now, first of all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it's late, okay? But I worked on Friday night. And then I had a, I want to call it an illness, but it's not. But it comes monthly, and it was severe. Severe till I thought I needed a transfusion, okay? And it had me on my ass for Saturday and Sunday, okay? And then I had to work on Monday. So it is Tuesday, New Year's Eve. I'm doing Bell Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville because there's no other shows that's coming out right now. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that this is late. I had planned and planned and planned on having it done, but it just didn't fathom out. Also, if you hear a lot of fireworks, it is New Year's Eve, and Happy New Year to all my subscribers and all the other people that's out there. Happy New Year, because it'll probably post around the new year. So the end of 2024, that has been a a doozy of a year for me, and we are happy and hopeful for 2025. I got a grandchild coming in 2025. I'm not the grandmother. I'm the grand aunt, but that's my baby. So that's my grandbaby. Okay. And my son is graduating in 2025 from high school. Let me give him some round of applause. Right. Oh, let me give my grandbaby a round of applause too. Let me get the baby laugh. let me give my baby laugh in now too. Love it, love it, love it. Give and the baby cry. Let me get the baby cry. That's all right. Grandma, Auntie Granny here for you, boo. Anyway, all right. So I'm sorry for the new people that's watching this. Y'all are the people who follow me. Y'all already know that I'm a little long winded. Okay, so if you are new here, welcome, 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 welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. All right, let's get into this little filler episode. That's what it's saying like to me. Anyway, so Ken and Tricia sit in her empty office. I think that's a rental house. But anyway, because it just looked too kind of like, do they for real live there? Anyway, so but Latricia has been an engineer for 20 years. Now, I thought she was 38, so I guess she's been an engineer for 20 years, for 18 years. But I thought she was 38, so she's been a engineer since 20. Did she graduate college early or something? Did she go to the military? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out, Maybe you ain't need no no degree to be an engineer? I don't know. That's a good question. Um, so, but she don't want to do engineering anymore, even though it supported her family and stuff like that. She wants to do fitness full time. And so Ken, he puffing his chest out. You got the best multitasker man around and all that other stuff. Ken, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Okay. I still love you as a man, but shut the hell up, okay? So they talk about how Marquez was at the celebration for the kids. Okay, she said the entrance was weird. He didn't come make a toast to the kids. He came and made a toast to all the daddies. You know, he ain't make a toast to the kids that graduated and going on to bigger, better things. No, he made a toast to the daddies that's who taking care of their kids. Apparently not you. All right. So apparently Ken said Zaria ran into the house and Xavier was trying to, make sure his daddy wasn't, doing stupid stuff. As Latricia said, Xavier was giving him the business. And then the next day, Latricia said that Zaria said that she no longer wants to call him dad, and she gonna call him Marquez or him. He ain't even got no name. Okay, him. Okay. From now on, I said, it's bad when your daughter don't want to have nothing to do with you. Now, my daddy has done some crazy stuff in my life, but he has always been daddy to me. Now, he ain't been the greatest daddy. He ain't been the greatest daddy, but he has always been daddy to me. So, I don't know what Marquez has done to his daughter to make her say that, but that is sad. That is a sad, sad, sad situation. But she got Ken. It is what it is. And also, it was sad that he was in Huntsville the whole weekend, and he only seen his kids at their party. He ain't come and try to pick them up, try to take them bowling, took to the movies, or nothing like that. He just left and seen them no more. But he want to come and he want be the big baller shot caller when they having a celebration. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. So Ken asked, Latricia said, ask her if she want to get married again. She was like, eventually. I don't think he should push her to get married because she needs to do some work on herself before she gets married again. And I think that's what she's thinking about too. Anyway, moving on. Maurice is visiting Martell and in his home with his tight ass shirt on. It seemed like it's his son's shirt. That's how stretched out it was. Hmm. Or it must have been extra small. Hmm. Um. So Maurice said Martell, Marceau and Martell. I think he coming over to kind of like trying to smooth stuff over because it was a lot of things that's happened in these last few days. Okay, about Bell Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville, but Love and Marriage Huntsville. Martell and Arion was interviewing some girl. Some big back girl, because Arion said that, the girls that they gravitate to they got big backs. Okay, that's what she said. Okay, so they were interviewing some big back girl about her having relations with Marceau and Maurice in Credit One. And remember when Kimmy said that Maurice sometimes sleep at Credit One? Oh my God. I mean, Lord have mercy. I don't know now. I don't know. It's some crazy stuff going on. It's some crazy stuff. All right, so but so Maurice trying to smooth, the stuff with Marceau and Martell over because Martell know where all the bones are buried. So Maurice said that they have never been the same. Marceau and Martell never been the same since Scope broke up, because that was their construction company, Scope, Scott and Hope, and so they have never been the same since then. But Martell says, I'm cool, but if he says something to me, I'm going back at it. And Maurice was like, well, when you're angry, because he Maurice Martin Luther King. When you're angry, there is no limit. And once you're hurt, you want to hurt other people. Yeah, and Martell was like, yeah, that's true. But then he gonna say, it's rare that I fall out with somebody, because it's the and if I do, it's their fault. And so Maurice was like, so you're infallible. And Martell was like, what that mean? And so Maurice was like, you're never at fault. And he was like, you attorney and stuff like that. I meant mostly I'm not at fault. That ain't what you said, Martell. That ain't what you said. Anyway, so then Maurice was telling Martell that Melody scolded him about her disappointment in his DUI, and he said he don't want her to do to him like he did to Martell. I guess, making him out to be the bad guy. And then he said, but every person that cheated in the world is Martell, and I'm not a representation of that. But are you? Acquiring minds want to know. But are you? Are you a representation of people that cheat? Okay? Because, big bad girl who was like, fuck to and spit on that thing again. Okay? Says otherwise. Okay? Says otherwise. So, we don't know. We don't know if, if you're a representation or good representation of men who don't cheat. Okay. So, and Maurice was like, "Well, if Mel was so concerned, she should have called me." And I agree with that. If she was concerned, she should have called you. But she didn't. Okay. So Martell says she ain't call you. He said no. Yeah, yeah, she didn't. But yeah, she should have called you. And so, and then Maurice was like, I haven't seen the real Mel in a long time. Not the projected to the world Mel that's protecting my image Mel. Not the hurt Mel, the bubbly spirit of love Mel. And two things can be true at one time. Okay. At the same time. Now, I do believe that Mel has changed since season 1. I do believe that because I didn't know her prior to season 1, so that's the only thing I can gauge is season 1. But I do believe that she is totally different because she has the image to uphold, and and she is loved by the millimeters and all that other stuff. So I do believe that is true. But I do believe that she has been hurt. So you can't expect the old Mel to come, because once you get hurt, I know for a fact you are a different person. So I totally agree that Mel is a different person because she is hurt. But Mel also is a different person because she has the image to uphold, as far as her fan base. Mm-hmm. So two things can be true at one time, and it we don't know, what's going to be and what's not going to be, but two things can be true at one time. I don't think you're going to find that bubbly spirit of Mel that you had prior to her divorce and her getting on a reality show. That Mel is gone. Anyway, moving on. Latricia visits Kimmy at her office. Latricia gets some advice from Kimmy about being an entrepreneur. She said, Kimmy said, I am more busy now being an entrepreneur than I was working a 9 to 5. And Kimmy was asking some good questions. Do you have enough clientele? Do you want to rent or do you want to buy first? And do you have a business plan? And then she wants a bougie commercial space, not just a regular one. She wants a bougie commercial space. So we don't know what's going to happen with this. Moving on. Kimmy talk about her conversation with Mel, and she just said, it's dead, and Mel won't say anything else about it. Trish telling Kimmy that Martell slid into her DMs trying to get to know her, and Kimmy was like, he was trying to hit that. But I do believe that they never accomplished anything because I think that Martell wasn't attracted to Tricia. And I still believe that when he saw her, he wasn't attracted to her. I get it. And so Trish, said, "How did you find me?" or whatever, and then she said that Fletcher hooked him up. That I honestly don't care no more about this Martell, Tricia, Ken, Chris, all of that. It don't make me no difference. Kimmy was like, "Did he know you were married?" And Martell was separated. It was 4 years ago. Man, I don't care. Then Trisha was like, "Chris, it's Chris' fault. Why am I getting so much heat for it? You getting so much heat because you the one at the beginning acting like you didn't know Martell. You knew Martell, and then when he didn't know you, you got mad because he didn't know you, and that all that other stuff. And why if you had said it at the beginning, we wouldn't have had none of this stupidness. It's your fault. It ain't Chris's fault. It's not. It ain't even Martell's fault. It's your fault." Anyway, Martell meeting up with a therapist at his house. His goal was a successful children, and the therapist needs said he needs to pray and work on himself. Yeah, whatever. They go to this open house. The house looked nice, but it still looked small. Okay. Kimmy and Maurice show up to the house. Ken and Tricia show up in the house and Maurice, nope, and Chris and Nell show up to the house. I didn't know that you got to dress up to go to the open house. I ain't never dressed up to go to the open house. But they were dressed to the nines going to the open house. I ain't know. I mean they wasn't dressed up, but they were dressy to go to an open house. I didn't know, but I guess if you filming a TV show, you gotta dress up to go to open house. Okay, whatever. All right, so they toast the rebuilding. Chris asked Maurice where your brother at. He said, "Didn't you remember him and Martell got into it?" Martell says he didn't start with Marcel ever. I beg to differ, but whatever. Then Ken come butt in the conversation. It's like, that's not like Marquez. And so Ken was like, bottom line is that Marquez is not a man. Whatever. Martell said, well, I think he's still in love with Trish, and he said in the confessional he need to back up out that relationship and let them sort it out. I think so too, because Kimmy is in the house with Nell and Trish ain't even filed the papers for the divorce because she's so busy. She got them notarized, but she ain't filed them in the courthouse. Whatever. And then she tell Nell that Fletcher hooked him up. So Nell go back outside and say, "Hey, Fletcher, you need to come in here and talk to these people," because she said Trisha saying you hooked him up. Chris come in there and they give such a stupid story about how Fletcher quote unquote hooked him up. He said that Martell said that he was on the phone with Fletcher, and Fletcher was in the gym, and he was on the phone with Fletcher, and and so Martell asked, "Is some good looking girls at the gym?" And he was like, "Yeah, some good looking girls," and he was looking at Trish, even though that's his cousin. He don't know her last name, but Trish, she pretty, and then he had to give him a description of her and all that other stuff. And what I want to know is, why did he DM her? And because they met up when he snuck into her DMs, why he didn't come to the gym himself to look at her and talk to her? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Why he didn't come to the gym? If he was on the phone, Fletcher was on the phone with him when he was at the gym, and then he he gave a description and all that other stuff. Why he just didn't come to the gym? Say, I'll be there in a minute. You know? So Ken was like, nah, cause they did do a flashback, and Chris, when they went bowling, Chris was like, where you meet her at? And so Martell was like, she went to school with my brother. Oh, okay. But if you, so Ken was confused too, and I'm confused, but I honestly don't care either. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about this storyline. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care. This shit is irritating me. And if y'all can't come up with no better storylines, and it's Tricia and Martell. We've been talking about that the whole thing. Marceau was like, oh, it was 4 years ago. You were married. You wasn't married, okay? And then Maurice's DUI. Come on, y'all. Come on, son. Anyway, this your girl though. This your girl, msyelladiva. Give me a thumbs up, a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.